right. Well, that sound means that we are starting this week like we do every week with what's turning us on this week. Nate, buddy, I've missed you. What's got you turned on this week?
It's been too long, and I actually have a bit of an update for my last appearance on the show when I talked about hate raids on Twitch. I don't
Uh-huh.
know if y'all remember that. Twitch is a game streaming service. People live stream gameplay most often. And there's been a recent epidemic of hate raids. So people will go on to people's streams, and, it's almost always folks on the LGBTQ plus spectrum, and they'll just make lives miserable for these streamers. Well, Twitch just a couple of days ago released a new tool for these streamers. It is a chat verification tool, so you can set your stream to protected, and then people have to actually verify their accounts with a phone number before they're able to chat in your stream. So I gave it to Twitch pretty hard last time I was on the show, and they have done something about it. So I want to give credit where credit's due. This is a step in the right direction, and I was really glad to see this news earlier this week.
Always happy for a social justice boner. Congratulations. Glad that is hopefully getting put back together a little bit. Sundeep, super excited to have you tonight. Super excited to get into this conversation. But before we jump into the interview, let's get the juices flowing a little bit. What's got you turned on this week?
This week I've been turned on. I've been doing for several weeks now this thing that I discovered is Wim Hof breathing, and it's really just something that seems to leave me with a lot of energy, and it's something that I've been sort of doing. I sort of discovered this about a month ago, and said, okay, I'm going to start doing this and try this regularly. So I've been really excited about it. And so for a long time, there are other components to this. Obviously, it's not just the breathing. There's also the cold exposure and stuff. And for a long time, I said, well, okay, I think I'm happy with just doing the breathing stuff, because the cold showers don't seem to bother. But it did happen last week that my water heater failed.
So it kind of forced you into it, huh?
And so so I go out and run. I don't have a gym, so I couldn't necessarily go use the idea. So I said, okay, well, sure, it's warm out some of these days. Let me just leave the water. It's not so bad. And after all, I have to start doing this cold exposure thing. So the last few days, that's what I've been taking showers cold. Whether it'll stay that way, I don't know. I I do seem to feel more energized. I mean, if that's because of just kind of the shock of coming out of the cold shower and feeling it, or whether it's really something going on, I don't know. But certainly the Wim Hof breathing is pretty powerful stuff.
Breathing, meditation, cold exposure to I guess increase vasodilation. Some very interesting preliminary research. I'll be really curious to kind of follow and see if this is just like kind of warmed over Kellogg type pseudoscience or something that is really effective. It seems like there are a bunch of kind of large scale studies in process. So that's a really interesting thing to keep an eye on, and glad something that you're having a interesting experience with. Thanks for bringing it to us.